Hey guys, so I thought that I would bring you along on a morning to get ready with me when I'm going to work, because when I go to work I wear pretty full face, flawless makeup, and I thought it would be a fun day for you guys to see what I do in the morning. So let's get started. I've been going to sleep pretty late and waking up relatively early, so I've been really tired. So to kind of boost my skin, I'm going to be using the Badescu facial spray. This one is the rose water scented. And then my hands have been really dry, so I'm going to start by moisturizing with my Hand Food by Soap & Glory, just so that way my hands aren't dry during my makeup application routine. It's just a little relaxing, it's a little more glam. And then I'm going to put on my primer. This is by Smashbox, the Pore Minimizing Photo Finish Primer. It is my favorite. And then for my foundation for today, I'm going in with a drugstore one. It is Loreal Infallible Pro Match 24-Hour Foundation. I have a review up on this. I will link it down below if you guys want to hear my full thoughts and comments on it. But yeah, so I'm just going to apply that with my Real Techniques Flawless Face Buffer brush. I'm forgetting the name right now. But yeah, so I'm just going to apply a layer of that to my skin and blend it out. The Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Light is my go-to, so today I'm using it to conceal underneath my eyes, around my nose, any place that I have extra redness like on blemishes, and I'm also using this a little bit to highlight, so down the center of my nose, in the center of my forehead, and around my mouth just a little bit, because it is slightly lighter than my skin tone right now. Not light enough that I can't use it on spots, but light enough that it will highlight once I've contoured, if you guys get what I mean. So I'm going to blend that out with my beauty blender, just so that way everything is well blended and I have no kind of weird lines on my face. I'm priming my eyelids with the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, just so that way my eyeshadow does not move around during the day. However, I will say that the eyeshadows that I did wear today happened to wear off relatively quickly, but that has nothing to do with this primer. So I'm going to use my Benefit Highbrow. This is an oldie but a goodie, and I'm using this underneath my eyebrows and right on the inner corner of my eye into the tear duct, just to kind of brighten up in there, because I wanted to go for a very doe-eyed look this day. Just have a lot of brightness, very springy, and yeah, so I'm just blending that out with my ring finger. And then of course, because I highlighted the brow bone, I thought that it was time to go ahead and do my brows. So I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz today in the shade Brunette. And I'm going to start by combing out my brows with the spoolie, so that way everything is in the right direction. And then obviously filling it in. And then after filling it in, at the very end, I go ahead and use the spoolie again, just to make sure that nothing is too heavy-handed. And of course, I'm setting my brows with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, just so that way I don't get any weird flyaway eyebrow hairs. I don't really know. So moving on, I'm going to start with this Lilac eyeshadow. This one was from NYX. This is the eyeshadow that happened to wear really quickly, and I did wet the brush before picking up any of the eyeshadow, just so that way it was a little more pigmented, because Lilac, I did feel like it was going to fade pretty quickly anyway, and it did. And then on the inner corner, I'm taking this white cream shade, and just with a pencil brush, I'm just doing it again to get that kind of doe-eyed, very opened, awake look. So I'm applying that there. And then it's time to go in with a matte brown shade, and I'm applying that to the outer corner of my eye. I'm really building it up. I didn't show too much footage of this because it's fairly simple, but I'm just really making sure to add a nice kind of contrast. And then with a clean blending brush, I am blending that out, so that way the lilac fades nicely into the teddy bear brown shade. And then I'm going to go back in with more of the lilac, because it did start to fade once I started blending out, so I'm just packing on a little more color by gently pushing the eyeshadow onto the inner third of my lid. Next up, I'm going to deepen up the lash line with this dark shimmery brown shade. So with that same pencil brush from before, I'm just smoking out the lower lash line and then a little bit on the upper lash line as well. become my go-to contouring shade. So on my Real Techniques contouring brush, I'm just going to apply a fairly defined sharp line underneath my cheekbones, and then while I'm blending that out, I'm also going to apply some to my lower jawbone, right between where the corner of my jawbone and my chin is, in between that little section, just to give a little more definition to a certain area. I'm also applying this onto my temples and down the sides of my nose, slowly blending that out, but I am going to kind of blend with other products later, so I'm not worrying too much. Then for my blush, I'm using the Stila Custom Adjusting Blush in pink, and I'm just applying this to the apples of my cheek. This has been a revived favorite of mine. I've loved this for so long, and I always re-fall in love with it come springtime. Now, to blend out that contour and to just give a little more bronziness to the skin, I'm using my Body Shop Honey Bronzer and applying this where I had originally applied the contour shade, just kind of blending that out. And then because this is a fairly light shade, I have the shade Medium in the bronzer. I'm just going to kind of apply it sparingly to other areas of my face, so that way I'm just a little more glowy and bronzy all over, and of course down my neck. Now, because it's spring, I'm obsessed with highlighter, so I'm going back to my Dior Amber Diamond highlighter and applying this pretty generously to the high points of my cheek, around my brow bone, and to my inner corner as well. I didn't show all of that because I was being pretty generous with it, but you guys get the point. To keep my makeup on during this long workday, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray System. This is just a finishing spray that's supposed to lock your makeup in place. And then I'm curling my eyelashes to get them ready for the L'Oreal Miss Manga Mascara in the shade Blackest Black, of course. And I'm applying a nice coat of that to my lashes. I went with the NYX Butter Gloss in Peaches and Cream for my lip gloss today. It was a little bit strong out of the tube, so I just kind of let it wear off and blend it in a little bit more naturally, so that way it wasn't as quite of a vibrant pink with the lilac eyeshadow. As for my hair, it was already straightened the night before, so I'm just using my Bumble & Bubble Thickening Dry Spun Hairspray, and I'm just zhuzhing my hair with this. And this is great for re-zhuzhing during the day because it does reactivate the hairspray just a little bit. So that is it for the makeup and hair. I hope that you guys liked this look, and then we're gonna get into my outfit in a second. So changing out of my pajamas, I put on a denim jacket from Free People, a black shirt from Brandy Melville, and of course my black leggings from Madewell, which I didn't show you a clip of. So that is it for this Get Ready With Me. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!